Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. All right. I think everybody's joining in. We'll give it a couple of more minutes. Okay. I think the teams who has joined in already, we can start with them and let the others start coming in through. We will have a presentation of the case studies, and I'm sure all of you were communicated about earlier, right? Phoenix, Karnataka. You would have briefed all the teams, right?
Yes, yes, we have briefed them.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fantastic. So I think like the topic number one is like what we can start with in terms of the presentations. Every team has to present, right? And we'll have Q&As, we'll have discussions, we'll have questions around that, and that's how the session is going to be interactive. And then as the teams they start logging in, I think everybody will kind of get a sequence, and I'm going to be noting it down as to which team what, and whichever team is available and presenting, I'll be kind of scoring and grading them accordingly. So this month all the classes are going to be about presentations of the case studies and discussion. So this month is going to be an interactive way of kind of learning, right? So that's the idea. Okay, so having said that, the first, I don't know which team wants to go first. Whoever is ready, just tell me the name so that I can note it down. SSC Haveri is ready, sir. Okay, all right, SSC Haveri, go for it.
Okay, sir, just a minute.
What happened? Okay. I cannot hear anything though. Are you folks speaking, or I can't hear anything?
Just a minute, sir, we'll start.
Okay. Let me know. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Audible, sir?
Yes, audible. A little louder would be better. A little louder. Yeah. Almost there.
Now, sir?
Better.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Very good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
We have selected the third case study, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And we have selected the healthcare industry. Myself,
You've selected the third case study.
And we have selected the healthcare industry, and we are a team of 4 members. Myself, Harshapriya, and my teammates Bindu, Chaitra, and Megha, sir.
Okay, sorry, once again, just for the reference, the case study number 3 is what you're talking about, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that was about choose an industry of your choice is what I had told you, and you have chosen healthcare as an industry.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So are we, okay, this is for the whole teams. Are we presenting like, case study 1, 2, 3, or I mean, case study 3 is absolutely fine. It's just that, like, we need to present other case studies as well.
Yes, sir.
So you are starting with 3. So in the next
Yes,
two
sir.
classes, you will be presenting case study 1 and also case study 2 in the subsequent classes. That
Yes,
is
sir.
that is
The
under.
teams are presenting one more, sir.
No problem. So what I'm saying is that on a one, see, ultimately we have to cover all the 3 case studies and all the teams have to present all the 3 case studies,
Okay, sir.
right? So if you are presenting case study 3 today, that is okay. We will see what the others are presenting, and then accordingly we will also have case study 2 and case study 1 also being presented. The 3 case studies, all teams have to present all 3 depending on which day. It could be today, it could be next sessions, whatever, depending on time, etc. Right? That
Yes,
much I hope it's clear. Okay, all right, great. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So as you all know, sir, the healthcare industry, it is an aggregation and integration of sectors within economic system, sir. So that will provide goods and services to treat patients with curative, preventive, rehabilitative, and palliative care, sir.
Okay.
So the main purpose why we have taken healthcare industry is, sir, to promote the health, heal patients, to provide the best treatment, and also to increase the quality of individual life, sir. And here in each medical profession, sir, they have chosen to pursue a career to help the people in a selfless act, sir.
Okay.
Next, sir, and as we'll be having several problems in healthcare industry, sir. However, now technologies have made things easier and help to stay ahead of the curve, sir. So to begin with, we have selected two problems, sir. That is managing massive volumes of patient-related data and inefficiency and errors in data sharing.
Right.
The first one is, sir, this solution provides healthcare professionals to use.
So these are the problems. These are the 2 problems you have identified.
Patient-related data like registration.
Once again,
health.
so you are saying these are the 2 problems in the healthcare industry you have identified, and you will provide some solutions for them.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First problem is managing the massive volumes of patient-related data, sir, and the second problem is inefficiency and errors in data sharing, sir.
Okay.
So for the first one, sir, this solution provides healthcare professionals, sir, to use the real-time access to patient-related data like registrations, medical history, diagnosis, treatments, and appointments, sir. As this is the very challenging thing, which is not just about the storage and access, sir, but also to make data usable. When we'll be having a vast amount of data generated from healthcare providers, public sectors, private payers, service providers, and healthcare consumers, sir. So this can be one of the primary problem in the healthcare industry, sir.
Right.
So the solution for this problem is, sir, we are using cloud-based data systems, sir. So this will provide real-time access to patients, sir. And since the storage and retrieval are cloud-based, the records are updated in real time and appropriately secured, sir. So this can be the safest platform to keep the records of patients secured, sir.
Okay.
I would like to present a mini video, sir, if it's okay.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Like how the cloud-based data system is used, sir.
Yep. Sound is not audible. Can you restart and just ensure that I'm able to hear to sound as well, a little larger volume? Maybe pause the video and then just look at, like, the volume of the sound.
Yes, sir.
And that should help.
Yes.
No, I'm still not able to hear.
Now, sir?
No.
Now, sir? Sorry, sir. Just a minute, sir.
Yeah. Can't hear anything. You have to increase that volume. No, you have decreased it completely. You have to increase it. No, but the volume is not coming in. So I think stop sharing the screen and then reshare again. And when in Zoom you are wanting to reshare, there will be an option which says the tick mark, like an audio and video both. So click on those two during the share when you're trying to say share screen, and that's where you will, yeah. Like share sound, there will be an option called share sound.
Okay.
Max, CIO of XYZ Limited. Every day he deals with server maintenance issues, network downtime.
Max, why are there nasty intrusions on our site? We can hamper its security in the network.
Oh, fish. I'll go nuts waiting for this patching process. What? Now email server is throwing tantrums? I'm exasperated with errors. I certainly need a secure, organized, and dynamic IT. Now, optimize your IT with CloudOI for flexibility. Get high bandwidth with vast capacity of remote servers. 2. Disaster recovery. Protect your data against power sabotage, natural disasters, or vandalism. 3. Robust CDN. Deliver your content at blazing fast speed through our cloud CDN, extending to over 69 nations with 600 plus POPs worldwide. 4. No CAPEX. Pay only for the services you use. Everything is on cloud. 5. Increase collaboration. Collaborate with your employees across the globe. Share docs, apps, and records. Receive critical updates.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I could hear. Thank you. That was a very nice video.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Like this, using a cloud-based system, sir, which is very secure, sir, organized, has a dynamic core IT infrastructure. It also reduces cost and has better allocation and also optimal utilization of IT infrastructure, sir. So this is the solution for the problem, sir. And we have one more problem, sir, which is inefficiencies and errors in data sharing, sir. That will be explained by my teammate Chaitra, sir.
Sure.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Chaitra. The next problem in healthcare industry can be inefficiency data and sharing. In that, in an age where medical science has made advancement in inefficiency and healthcare errors and still persistent because of the low-key technology that the healthcare industry adopts for management. One specific area of content is the exchange of patient data in case of patient transfer from one department or one hospital to another. For solution to this problem, we use blockchain-based database. The database is stored as signed blocks, which links to each other, creating a chain of immutable interconnected data entries. The healthcare technology trend to cannot only permit the quick and complete transfer of data, but also eliminate insecurity, thus maintaining the privacy and integrity of patient information. Cloud-based data management system can be one stable solution to solving the inefficiency caused by the traditional pen and paper way to manage the data. This problem will be solved by using blockchain-based data, sir.
Okay.
Next, we move on to content marketing in healthcare.
Okay.
In that way, first develop a good content marketing strategy by creating a plan to achieve goal and by creating a SEO friendly blogs. In second, personify our brand. This allows to content with our customer better. The technique useful in the healthcare industry. The next, create a quality content by creating a unique and engaging content by using different types of content such as blogs, videos, and images to communicate our messages. Increases a customer involvement by asking customer to sign up our online wellness magazines that have only quality content on various illness. Make sure our provide them with the latest information. The next slide is promoting a solutions, enhance the patient experience, keep healthcare consumers engaging with relevant, personalized, and timely outer tech during their journey. Empower consumer to make smarter, healthier decisions, leading to better outcomes for healthcare brands and consumers. Drive more qualified leads to generate more revenue. The next, increase local physician referral, evaluate our productivity and realign the strategy, improve our online reputation, build our brand. These are the promoting the solutions, our solutions.
Okay.
The next slide is continued by Bindu.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This is Bindu.
Yep.
Let us discuss about content. Let us discuss about how content will be marketing through channels. Those are Google AdWords, Outbrain, and social media, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we are moving to the Google AdWords. It is one of the content marketing channels, sir. This channel will effectively drive hundreds of new readers to our content hub or blog in each month, sir. If we have our site set up to effectively capture emails and new patients, we will be able to drive returning readers to our site and patients to our clinic, sir. Next, we are moving to the Outbrain. It is one of the advertising website. These are countless content distributions network we can take advantage of in our healthcare content marketing, and Outbrain allows us to promote our content on publisher sites around the web and serves contextually related content to our users. Next, moving to the social media. In social media, you have selected Facebook and Instagram, sir. Facebook, it is one of the greatest trend, especially when it comes to healthcare content marketing, sir. This is a great way to engage new readers and provide healthcare information in real time. And we have probably seen people and brands will promote content, products, and services by telling their audience to go to the link in their bio. And it provides a seamless user experience for people to reach content. It is all about content marketing through channels, sir. Next slides will be continued by Megha.
Hello, sir. I am Megha, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to the healthcare department, we'll measure the success on the basis of the 4 points, sir. That is mortality, safety of care, and efficiency of care, patient experience, and the timeliness of the care, sir.
Right.
Coming to the mortality, that is the state being death and that is being reduced. Reduced number of mortality is the one of the essential population health outcome measures, sir. And the safety of the care is the outcome that measure pertain to the medical mistakes. In the effectiveness of care, we have measured the two things that are the compliance with the best experience care guidelines and the achieved outcomes. Patient experience, this can be information that provide the realistic and the patient satisfaction, as well as real-time information for the local service improvements, sir, that which enable the more rapid response to identify the issues. Patient's experience may also be used as the balanced metric for the improvement works. And in the timeliness of the care, outcome will measure the patient access to care that overcrowd the emergency of the department as the associated with the increased inpatient mortality, sir, and the increased cost of admitted patients. And when technology involved in the healthcare department, that we can measure our success by measuring the 3 points, that is the data transparency and the integrated care and transmission of care and the data interoperability, sir.
Okay.
This completes our presentation, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you for thank you all of you for presenting, and I'll share my feedback. I also wanted to before I share, I mean, be on the video, please. Don't switch off the video, all of you. I also wanted to check, who assisted you and who was your mentor in preparing this presentation.
Asking for mental.
Afrin Banu, ma'am, sir.
Afrin, okay, thank you. Is Afrin here in this call?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
Hello,
you're able
sir.
to...
This is Afrin Banu.
Okay, I can't see you. Oh, okay, yes, I can see you now. Got it. Okay, so I want to share the feedback with Afrin, you, and also all of you together who worked on this presentation, right? I think firstly, it was a very good teamwork, I must say, right? Because I think one, all of you segregated and presented certain sections. And of course, you being the mentor, you kind of help them stitch together. So which is great. So great teamwork, very, very, very good teamwork, and you should continue that. That's one. Secondly, in terms of the research that was done, that is finding out what the problem was, choosing an industry, what could be the top 2 challenges, how would we want to solve, in terms of the industry, etc. I think that was very good. So very good research done. The language used, in the slides, what we read, again, were very industry specific and they were relevant, right? So that's a good thing as well. Then coming to the starting of the presentation, Megha, did you present that first part? It was no.
Harshapriya, sir.
Harshapriya, okay, fine. All right. So when you started presenting, I think it was really good. You set the tone very well. You set the context very well. And what I really liked about it is you were very clear. You were just, while everything was there on the slide and the points, etc., you were able to articulate in your own language. And also at the same time, you said that, okay, if this is the problem, let me show you an example of a video, which is a solution, right? That video research was a very good research, and it was very accurate in the sense that, yes, these are the kind of, I mean, of course, that video was about somebody who is providing the services, but eventually one can always buy those services for their industry, right? So that was a good relevant one, and very good way of kind of presenting, in the sense that, because videos, as you realize, always work well. It is interactive, it is etc. And of course, there was some sound disturbance, and which is fine. These are technical challenges which you all face, and we can always figure it out. But a good approach, right?
Thank you, sir.
Then moving on to the other sections of the presentation in terms of content marketing, what are the various channels and formats would you be using, etc., etc. Here is what I want to add a little bit of thoughts, right? While the research was very well, the slides had very relevant content, everything and stuff like that. But I also would say the teams or the members who are presenting, right, should be able to present on their own and not just read through the slides, right? Here, I think everybody, what was doing is they were reading through the bullet points. So it is as if I'm reading through a storybook, and so that probably may not be the best way of articulating a very good presentation, because the content is good, but how am I articulating it, right? I think that's important. So my feedback would be whoever is presenting should be looking in the slides, yes, but should be able to articulate in their own way and in simplistic language, right? Why? Let's say we pick up any of the slides. There are some languages like interoperability, etc., etc., etc. They are all correct. They are all very technical and accurate, right? But if anybody asks the question, what do you mean by that? One should be able to answer that. If you read through the slides, then you will not be able to answer it, because then you may not be having the depth of the knowledge, but you are just kind of presenting because you have to present and you're reading through the slides. So that's one observation and a feedback. Maybe for your next presentations or future presentations, I think you should prepare accordingly, right? And third, the content marketing and the measure of success, right? See, while the question is, how do you measure success, right? So you called out, like, all the different points, and all of them are accurate, but exactly how do you do it? That was missing. In the sense, do I have any tool which will give me that data, which will help me to see the success? Or is there any statistics that I can find out which will help me to measure the success, right? I am running different content marketing. We talked about AdWords and social media, etc. What am I running there, right? Am I running a video? Am I running a banner? Am I running a text? So those examples were missing. Like, when I say, how would you market the content? Yes, I would market the content through all these 3 channels, but what would be that exact examples, correct? So maybe perhaps initially when you started with the videos, etc., you could have thought something similar and then said, what, we'll probably promote this, or we'll have this there, or some sort of a screenshot, etc., right? And then say we will run this for so many months, or like, we will use Google Analytics to measure that data, and that is how we will measure the success, right? So I think that part was missing. The business impact of, like, how you would measure and what would you measure was missing. The theory was correct, right? What would you want to measure? Sorry?
Yeah, we will work on it, sir. We'll make them work.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm just giving you a feedback. I mean, nothing wrong or right here, right? I think it's a great presentation you folks have done, but I think that will only take it to the next level, right? So from the future presentations, just think on these lines, because then you will have a much more, and I'm sure you will enjoy it as well when you are doing that exercise together, right? Because it's very interesting that way to see what kind of data you are using to measure, etc., and all those things, right? But otherwise, I would say very good presentation, good research work. I think this is the 3rd month we are talking to each other. We have started 2 months back. This is probably the best one I've seen before the last 2 months, right? So a very good improvement. And from here, we should only make things better and better and better, right? So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we have one more team which will present on case study 1, sir.
Okay, not now, because SSC Haveri has already presented one. Let's open this up for the other teams as well, because we also need to kind of have everybody presenting. And in the future classes, we will have this, because there are a lot of the case studies, right? So yeah, one case study, one particular day is good for the time being. Let's have everybody present and keep it handy. Next, any one of the classes, we'll do it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Camera off, complete.
Okay, who will go next?
Sir, Kavita Computers.
Okay, all right.
So we'll do so. Comtech Dharwad.
Okay, Kavita Computers first, followed by Comtech. Okay, Kavita Computers.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yes, I can't see anybody.
Hello, sir. This is from Kavita Computers. Can we go after Comtech, please?
Okay, sure. Comtech, go first.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. I think you can present first. Kavita Computers wants to present later.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Just a minute, sir.
Yeah.
We are sharing our screen.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Afrin from SSC Haveri, sir.
Yes, Afrin.
Actually, I had a doubt, sir.
Okay.
From a center, we should present 3 case studies, or from a team, we should present all the 3, sir.
Center.
Center-wise 3.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So that everybody gets a chance to present, like, everything, right? That's,
Yes, sir.
that's the idea. One team can present 1, or one team can present 2, or somebody else can present. So basically, all 3 case studies has to be presented.
Okay,
and
sir.
Every center has to present them. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, just 1 minute, sir.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Just a minute, sir. I'll share my screen. We
Yeah.
have problem with connectivity.
Okay. I think all the teams in general, keep things ready so that, we don't lose on time. So that, once team is over, then immediately the next team can kind of do it, right? So I think that's important.
Sir, while we connect, please take up some other group, sir. I'm sorry for the delay.
Okay. So which group wants to go next?
Sir, from contact Harvard only we will, the other team will do, sir.
Okay, please go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, sir, I will share it.
Yes, please. Are you facing challenge as well?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Is the screen visible, sir?
No.
It's not visible.
No.
Now, sir?
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes, sir. My teammates will start the presentation, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Kirti.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I'm here.
I can't hear.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Kirti from Comtech Darwin.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are presenting the retail store management using XR technology.
Okay. Which case
And
study is this?
second one, sir, case
Okay.
study
Okay.
second.
Okay. Okay.
My team name is Tyler's Link and group name Kirti and Rekha, sir.
Yeah.
First, we will see, sir, what is the retail industry?
Mm.
Can you please make it
The
full
all
screen?
companies. What, ma'am? Sorry?
Make it full screen. We're not able to see it, see the contents. Only the images are visible. Make it full screen.
Ma'am, now?
No.
Sir,
It is like
we will do afterwards, sir. Some network issues is there. We are joining in mobile, so this.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, this is fine. Go ahead.
Kirti, you can continue.
Okay. The industry consider all the companies that sells goods and service to consumers that in there have the many retail different in sales and store types wildlife. And e-commerce is expanding the day by day in the worldwide day. Customer also the increasing, so are giving the customer to experience the our quick service by using the XR technology, sir. And next, extended reality in retail industry.
Okay.
What is the virtual reality will see, sir? No?
No, so are you talking about extended reality or virtual reality?
Virtual reality, sir.
Okay, so
We
what was
just
the
give
previous
the
slide about?
What's up?
What was the previous slide about?
Extended reality.
Like the extended reality and a virtual reality, how it is going to be used in the
Okay.
Virtual reality is the computer generated the sense that appears to be real, but it is not a real, sir. And the goal of virtual reality is provide the human beings with virtual environment where we can interact with the computer just as we do in the real world. That is talking by with virtual human in spoken languages. And also the VR place user inside the virtual environment to give the impressive experience. In that we choose the for retail industry magical mirror for a retail industry, sir.
Okay.
In that how we magical mirror using the magical mirror, the customer will choose their size, color, etc. according to the customer needs and what they want through the thoughts. magical mirror, even they can trial for the customers, sir.
Okay.
Like dress, next slide, dress, watches.
Okay.
And as a smart, we are using the smart mirror, and the customer mindset, they have the many choice and the demands according to their choice product without standing in the line, and we saved our time by using the magical mirror.
Okay.
And we select by just touching the screen on the finger, and also the consumer will save using this will save the time.
Okay.
And specifically designed for retail. Next. Next slide, Rika. Specifically designed for retail, interactive digital signage using the LED touchscreen and body sensor, magical mirror, and for analytic, the act as the schedule for destination and user analytic. And for the new function for the retail industries, product category, product page. In that magical mirror will have the 5 product category and product page, virtual time, and we'll find this which one we want and which the options, many options will there, sir. And magical mirror as sales assistants. Next. Magical mirror as in our sales as well. First we will welcome the customers and building tools to the complete complement the shopper's journey. And marketing, like connecting with social medias, allows the shoppers to share a new capturing photos instantly, maximum the brand exposed through the word of the mouth. And in photography capture, I was there the moment who are held with the brand long shops into the brand ambassadors. In app selection, next one. In app selection, virtual save, interactive photo guide, and this which product we want to select, and the costumes like which we apply, which will see the good, will select one using this app selection. And next. Our approach could be how the customer and shoppers will enter to the in any mall or in a shop. They can choose their own by using the magical mirror. They don't want to use trial or many clothes by wasting their time and their energy. By only just using the one finger, they can choose which they want, which products they want, because the customers have many thoughts in their mind which want to they take, so they have the lots of problems in mind, so they can using this they will find out what the product they want. We are implementing in both by like online and offline. In online retail store, we use the magical mirror and all, and offline we use the magical mirror. Online we will implementing that just using apps. This will my teammate will continue the further slides. Rekha.
Good afternoon. This is Rekha from Comtech Dharwad. Sir, I would like to continue with how this virtual reality or XR is used in the online mode of shopping. Previously, my teammate said we use that extended reality or the virtual reality in retail stores, like using the smart mirror. How best we can choose our dress, or retail industry does not only comes under dresses or shoes, something, but it is like a vast industry which considers all about furnitures, everything.
Yeah.
So nowadays, e-commerce is it's growing extremely high. That too post pandemic or during the pandemic, all of us were going to the online mode of shopping. But one thing which we feel is, in retail stores we can touch the things, we can wear it and see how it looks on to us, right, sir? But in online mode of shopping, that is not given. So what we are doing is we are using this exact technology to enhance the websites or online shopping apps with this technology. What we usually do is we try before we buy the product. Like we are using this technology in the websites so that when, for example, I'll take shoes. I want to buy a shoe. I want to see how it looks on my feet. Just click on the product which I want, and I'll take the camera over my feet and see how it looks on me. And it gives suggestions of the size. And various products will be there, so we can choose on them. Okay. Next, as I said, this. 1 second, sir. Document reader has. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Is it visible, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. Next, this XR or VR technology can be used as a home decorator. As I said, nowadays everything is going online. As I said, now if I want to buy furniture to my home, then this VR technology can act as a home decorator. I'll pour a camera over the room space and I'll see what suits my space there. Which chair suits there, which size may fit there. I can watch it through this camera. So what does this home decorator does is, it will also start suggesting you the things that might suit there. It goes on adding up the things, like you have viewed one chair, so it will start suggesting you a new type of chair that might suit there.
Right.
It will recommend the things.
Correct.
So this might act as a home decorator. How we'll implement this thing in a website or a online shopping app is that we'll give a user with a interface saying that you can we are giving them an extra option to see how it looks there, how it looks on me. So for example, in the Amazon website, I want to buy a chair. I view the chair, and below that item, a button will be given saying that you can view your product in your space. Like one button will be there. When I click on that button, it will show me how it looks there or how it fits there. One best thing about this is when we go to offline stores to buy a furniture, we may think that this might suit our place, but we can't buy that and take it to home and see how it looks, how it fits there. But through this mode or through this technology, we can in home only we can see what type of item will fit, what might suit our home.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what experience are we giving to our customers through this virtual event or the virtual technology is that we are providing them with an interactive and personalized customer experience. Like they're actually creating an environment to user to experience the reality. And it usually attracts the users by increasing the vividness, and it also saves the time.
Right.
So how this virtual reality is, or the AR is offering to our retail industry is, it is offering to both the consumers and the retailers. To consumers, it is giving them the personalized experience and better decision making, that using the smart mirror, as my friend said, we can choose the dress which might suit me. Then it will save time going to a trial room and trying that it does not fit me. I should change the size of the dress, and that will be reduced here. So it is easier and better to make a decision. And enhanced product visualization, how what is that price, how the quality is, so we can see through the mirror only. And
Okay.
richer shopping experience, obviously people will experience the shop this a rich shopping experience. And so it is on the other hand offering so many things to the retailers also, like
Right.
yeah. In offline mode of shopping or in a store, where in a big malls and all, so many people, workers will be there, like we can reduce that, sir.
Right.
When we have a mirror in front of us, why we want to ask assistant there to come and show that dress, how which size suits me? Then there is no need of calling them, right? So and when it comes to online mode of shopping, if the size is not fitting me, I should have to return that that dress back. So
Right.
that can be reduced use with the help of this exact technology.
Right.
And what with this, we are engaging the customer with our interfaces, sir. They are actually interacting with this interface.
Yeah.
They are seeing the experience of the reality, even though they are in home, but they are experiencing that reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And how are we going to measure the success? Sir, as I said, it is we are using it in online mode. Obviously, we'll be having user ratings and reviews, which is one. Through that, we can measure our success. And when it comes to the store, will be with the help of this VR implementation, we can increase conversions by 94% on an average.
Okay.
And this is going to save and warehousing and staff costs on the other hand also. So the increased product selling, how the products are sold, on the basis of that, by maintaining the records on data on that thing, we can measure our success, how much goods we have bought, and in this much of time, how many goods are sold out. By gathering all those data, we can measure our success, sir. And when it comes to how we promote this technology is, as I said, it is online, sir. It is a user interface. Nobody to go and tell that this technology has been implemented there. When I just go to Amazon site and see, I'll be given with that interface, like click on this button, you can see whatever you want. Like you can see how it suits your space, right, sir? Right. So then I just don't want to go to every person and say that this technology has been implemented there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Likewise, when we go to the shops also, when we are seeing exactly the mirror there, and then no need of telling the use of the technology. Even though the shops can go for the social media marketing, like they can post in their social medias saying that this technology has been added in our shop, so you can come and experience this. This might be added in the social media, and we can give them the experience of that, sir.
Okay.
That's all about our presentation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Thank you very much for presenting. I'll share my feedback. Shall I?
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay. So firstly, I think what I would like to congratulate all of you is good research done. in terms of XR, in terms of VR, in terms of talking about the various applications of it. You talked about smart mirror, magical mirror, augmented reality of furnitures. You also talked about looking beyond the regular retail, and as you correctly said, retail is not only about buying dresses, it's also about buying furnitures, and then everything actually online that you buy is the retail, right? So I think that was a very good thought process, is what I would say. Thinking beyond the traditional. I think that's a good thing that which you did. Also in terms of your overall content and research, I think that was good. So it made a lot of sense to understand what you were trying to say. So I think that application part is good, right? What could have been done very differently is, I mean, if you read the case study which I had given, the questions was choose an industry where you would be using virtual events to attract clients and business. So the question was about virtual events and not just a general virtual reality or an XR. So I think you got the question wrong. I mean, the team got the question wrong. What we were expecting was we were expecting in an events, when you have an event, how do you typically use virtual events, not just talk about a general XR or a VR or whatever that is, right? However, having said that, if I keep that aside, right, still I would say the topic you kind of chose and what you did a research is a good one, right? But you got the question wrong, right? Ideally the answers and questions should have been different, right? Then coming to a use case where you are showing all these things, right? I would expect you to be a little bit more innovative, because this is a topic, and if you remember, you yourself gave a lot of examples of interactivity and interaction, right? So this is a topic where you have an opportunity when you're presenting, you can actually show a live demo to all of us.
Yes.
This was an opportunity missed, is what I would say, right? And you could have done probably a simple demo in terms of maybe go to a lenscart.com, right? They sell glasses, right? So you could have actually walked everybody through okay, how typically this interactive happens, right? And how user experience happens. Your topic was a very good opportunity where you could have shown this to all of us, but that didn't happen. So I think that's an area that we need to keep in mind. Whenever we choose a topic which gives us the options, right, we should grab the opportunity. We should not let it go, right? That was one. Secondly, also in terms of how would you measure success, etc. There, I think you gave some very good points in terms of some conversions would happen. It will increase the conversions. You will save the cost of the warehousing, etc., etc. Right? You could have also kind of presented that in a much more graphical manner, in the sense adoption of XYZ would save so much of this thing. Or one of the biggest success would be if you are able to market this well, then instead of you can increase the consumption, instead of the retail store footfall, you could also ensure that the number of people trying this out, what is that percentage, right? So you could have talked about those things as well in your measure of success, right? So yeah, so these are a few of my feedback, but I think the most important thing is, and this is also for the rest of the teams as well, whoever is working on project number 2, you should keep in mind that the question is about a virtual event and not just a generic virtual reality, etc. But if you are doing a virtual reality like the team did right now, you could have, of course, made it more interesting and more interactive. Like, for example, the first group presented a video that was interesting, right? This was a very good chance where you could have shown something how typically a magical mirror works, or how typically a somebody who is going to buy a glasses work, or how typically somebody who wants to try out a cloth work, right? You can log in, you can do it on the side, you can show all these things. That is how a good presentation looks like. Yes. Right? So good work, but yes, let's improve upon this further.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
you.
Thank you, sir. All right. Kavita Computers, are you ready? Kavita Computers, are you ready now?
Sir, not yet, sir. We are just waiting for one person. He had internal, so that is actually getting extended by few minutes.
Okay. Which other team is ready now to present?
So can we present Comtech Dharwad?
I think you just presented one, right? So we would have other team presenting.
So we are the second team.
Yeah, you can present it later because let the other teams start presenting because we have only limited time, right? But yes, you will get a chance to present later as well. We have the entire month for that, all the classes. Next, which team wants to go? No, I know SSC Haveri and Comtech Dharwad, one more team is ready, but I'm trying to see other than these two, is there any other team which is ready? If no other team is ready, then we will go with this Comtech Dharwad and SSC Haveri one more time. Is there any other team which is ready? Okay, if no team is ready, Kionix Karnataka, I would really like you to keep this note and mark it so that they get a chance to present later and we don't miss out. So keep an attendance for that. Let's go ahead with Comtech Dharwad and SSC Haveri one more round of presentation. So maybe
Okay.
Comtech Dharwad, you want to go first and then SSC Haveri can follow.
Sure, sir. We'll make the track of it.
Yeah, make a track of it. Comtech Dharwad, I think we can have you present first and then Afreen, we can have SSC Haveri as the next one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Comtech Dharwad, we are ready.
Yes, sir. We are
Yep.
here, sir. We are presenting.
All right. This is which case study?
This is first case study, sir.
Okay.
That
All right.
is so. Choose an industry where you have an use case of exam.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I am Apurva from Comtech Dharwad. So today we are presenting a solution for exact technology. Here we come with a solution that Healing Helpers Medical Group. So our group name is NeoSmart and my group members are myself and Arpana ma'am. So,
Okay, sorry, one quick one. So the previous group Comtech Dharwad presented, they also presented on XR. Now, was it case study number 2 or case study number 1?
our case study is number 1 and their case study is number 2, sir.
Okay, so that's where I said that number 2, the understanding was wrong because it was virtual event, but they went out, talked about XR, and you are also talking about XR, which is actually the case study number 1 is XR. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So how does exact technology work? So here we can see the XR uses advanced computer technology like the graphic inputs and allow the learner to coexist and interact with them in a physically or a digitally in a real-time object. So the user can learn quickly, faster than a traditional one. So we can get a 360-degree of angle to rotate all the images around all the 360 degrees. So in every direction we can judge the images and come into a conclusion.
Okay.
So next, what is the potential benefit of applying the extended reality solution to the surgical science? The ability of overlaying 3D models generated from the CT scan and MRI. So this is the main thing that we are dumping the MRI scan and CT scan into a virtual reality, and for that we are having a visualization of scans, so that if the patient can even more have the doctor can even more operate the patient
easily and without any cut opens to their body.
Mm-hmm.
So next is the case on, we are taking on just case study on the Manipal University just before the pandemic, and how was the case on the Manipal University, and after the pandemic, how the medical students are suffering. So
Okay.
before the pandemic, there was a huge number of students and coming to the classes and learning the real-time applications and all, and operating on a dead body so that they can learn operating on the bodies. So after pandemic, all the colleges, schools and colleges has been shutting and set back to their own livelihood. So after pandemic, there is one solution we have come up with medical colleges, like we are presenting them a visual virtual reality so that they can learn quickly. So by this virtual reality, we are implementing, the student can learn a 20% faster than the traditional one. So so they can learn and they interact, and they can even learn where they are staying, not even when coming to the campus. So we are creating them on a software and presenting the content to them.
Okay.
So next is the building solution around the augmented practice. As AR can bring a field of medicine and education are revolutionary. Medical institutions are beginning to implement AR into their curriculum to provide a student a valuable hands-on learning experience. So here if we implement this AR to the medical colleges, they can even learn even more accurately what are all the things we have to operate on a body very clearly. By even without any being a cut open to the body, they can even visualize a single vein in a body, and the organs where they're located, and how the muscles are located, how the bones, how many bones, and how bones were broke down, and where the veins have been blocked. They can visualize very easily. So this is a cost effective and time efficient is less.
Right.
So we are implementing to this medical colleges. So next, the business value proposition on this. This will be continued by my teammate. Good afternoon, sir. This is Arpana continuing the presentation.
Yeah.
So what are the benefits? What benefits does XR offer over physical training? XR revolutionizes the traditional approach to healthcare training, as my teammate was suggesting, and it replicates the mini-kind based simulation and scenarios, and so that the trainees and the practitioners alike can practice safely. So this is not just for students, but also the initial practitioners who wish to have an experience. Though they are professional doctors, but then a doctor is made by his experiences, is made by his success rates. So that is why if he can successfully implement these things on XR, then he will actually be able to do it on the patients. So this is why we suggest that the most exciting part about XR technology in the healthcare training is that they require a small number of resources, and which trains the person to a larger extent than the usual physical training does.
Right.
Sorry, this is the course director. Soumyajit, welcome. I am Dr. Sarit Kumar. Soumyajit, from this month onwards, we evaluate my L2 also, if you don't mind.
Okay,
sure. You are evaluating students, by professors also, you please evaluate.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Soumyajit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So nice. Thank you.
Yes, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Continue. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So augmented surgery, as the data access technologies are already very advanced, the next step is to provide a patient saving facility, sir. So because a lot of interviewing will be there. So the real-time life-saving patient information to surgeons, which can be very useful. it can be as simple as it might appear, but then when you open up the patient on the table, then there can be numerous complications. So if you can visualize it priorly, or if you can give the same image to your co-doctor, it is a large facility, sir. And moreover, there can be specialist doctor who can be joining you through the operation in midwhile. As soon as the operation starts, maybe he is unable to join, and maybe you call the expert after half an hour of the operation, and then he joins. Meanwhile, he can immediately get an image of what exactly is going wrong or what exactly is happening on the table. He can get the image of it. So this is a very, very vital information, sir. So surgeons will be able to visualize every aspect of the body, because each body, I believe, is different internally also and externally also. So AR cannot only be used to perform accurate surgeries, but it can also help surgeons save time in case of emergency surgery. Like you complete one and begin the next one, if the person has multiple complications or during accidents. So there can be several injuries. So in which case, one part of the body is connected to the other part also, and you have to do multiple surgeries. In that case, because when an accident occurs, you hardly know where the bone has broken and which part it has pricked, whether it has gone to a liver or whether it has gone to pancreas. So there are several aspects that can go wrong. So thus AR screening will give us more valid information to the doctors and can help in saving lives.
Yeah.
So healthcare metaverse, the metaverse in medicine can be defined as the medical Internet of Things facilitated using the AR and VR glasses. So how the metaverse can change healthcare? Now the metaverse will allow simultaneous education, training and planning, as well as collaborative medical procedures. So we can collaborate with person in America to help us during the surgery. This has been done, sir, in India as well, and several heart transplants and everything. This is being done. But if we can extend it and train it to the medical students itself, then it will be of larger help, sir. Because every trainee, every medical trainee who is in his intern, if he gets access to it, then he will be an advanced learner.
Yeah.
So combined with the AI, this can empower clinical decision making and ensure more precise interventions which are tailored to each individual patient. So marketing, we can market our product to medical practitioners, to medical and paramedical students as well, because paramedical students as well have to understand the body structures, how internally problems are there, and etc. So anyone, we can market it to anyone willing to learn the XR for medical applications as well. So it can be a general learner, because somebody who is doing his PhD on medical image processing and etc., he will also will want to learn this aspect. And how will we market it? We will market it using social media, through e-commerce websites, through bulk SMS. We can tell that such and such a product is available. It can be, you can learn these things, and we can also market it through online webinars for students as well. And then measuring success, we can measure its success through the revenue that has been generated by purchase of such a product. And comparison, we can have a comparison through students who have learned it only physically and those who have learned through this app. So we can have a success measure. We can measure the accuracy of the operations done by the trainees who are doing it physically. Because, sir, though body donation exists in India, but not everybody is interested in donating their bodies. So people have, in a country like India, where people have very cultural values, people hardly donate their bodies for medical students. So in any case, this will be an accurate application, because students will be able to get more exact insight to the body. And that way we can have a comparison, measuring success through comparison. I mean that the students who have learned through physical studies, and those who have physically learned the body, and those who have learned through these parameters through our applications, we can measure. That is how we can measure the success. And the cost of learning, sir. So the physical body is available only once in a while. One body in a month can be given for studies, whereas here no cutting, etc. So people will have a visualization of different types. Now you see the use case, sir. Several bodies You can have one accident case, you can visualize. You can visualize one cancer patient. You can visualize one BP sugar wala patient who is suffering from pancreatic cancer or anything like that, sir. So
yeah.
you can improvise on the complications that the body has. So each case can be studied beautifully, and that's how makes this the success. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
I conclude my presentation.
Yeah, thank you for the good presentation. I think shall I share my feedback now?
Please, sir.
Okay, fine. So so firstly, I think I would congratulate, I think the research was very well done, right? And the best part about your presentation was the use case which you took, Manipal Hospital, right? That's a very real-time use case. That's the reality. As you said, it is currently happening, right?
Yes, sir.
So which
Yes, sir.
means what you presented and what you did the research is not just a theory, but also you went to see that what is actually happening, and can you bring that to all of us. I think that's a very good approach of a research, and how you are kind of taking that real time an example and presenting it. So thank you for that. Right? That was a very good use case.
Thank you, sir.
And also in terms of the application of AR in healthcare, I think this topic is also a very relevant and important topic, and you beautifully brought that into with all possible relevant examples, how exactly AR would help during the operation, before the operation in terms of scanning, collaborating with maybe you took an example of India and US, right? Doctors in different countries, but then still performing an operation. So these are really very good examples, and again, application of AR in healthcare as an industry, and as well as real-time examples, right? You also talked about sorry, what was that? Yes, who would you target, your target audience, in terms of coaching and building the next level, right? So your
Yes,
target audience in terms of let's say paramedics, you took an example. You took an example of how the students who are learning, right? So from a very early initial inception itself, you are ensuring that they would go through this kind of advanced digital technology training, so that their learning is faster. They're thinking of the new modern age of healthcare, and how things are done, right? So that was again a very good example. The two things where I feel you could have probably done a little different is when you talked about marketing, right? Like how would you market? While your target audience is defined correctly, you could have actually gone ahead and done a little bit more by saying exactly what you would have done in marketing. Where? I mean, is it a magazine, or is it a print, or is it my digital? How would you typically coach, right? Because see, this is a very new technology, so you have to build that environment. And all your examples previous to that marketing slide was about building and very relevant, right? But then how do you typically market it with such good research is something that was missing. So maybe you should think of how would you actually go about telling that these are the 5 things I will do, and how. Not just saying I will do a Google, not just saying I will do a social media, right? Or a bulk estimate, whatever there is. How? That how is important, right? Right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then and then comes measure of success, right? See, measure of success can be a whole 360 degree, right? You can measure a success for everything that you do, right? So if you say that all the points you mentioned in terms of cost and etc are fine, but again that how was missing, right? How would you measure the success? Secondly, if you do a marketing, you need to measure success for marketing also. You need to measure success for operation. You need to measure success for setting up a training, because in your examples all these components were covered, how the students would learn, or how the marketing would be done, how the operations would be set up. So there is a measure of success for all of these components. So you need to have how would you exactly do it. Then I think your presentation becomes very complete, right? But otherwise I think very well done in terms of research, and it was a very good learning for me also. I learned a lot when I was looking into it, right? This is a very contemporary topic, so thank you so much for sharing this. But yeah, but I think the other case studies which you present later, I think see if you are able to incorporate these feedbacks, and if you are able to also make it a little bit more the next level of presentations. But thank you, a very good presentation.
Thank you for your feedback, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. SSC Haveri, I think, wanted to go with the next round of presentation. Let's go ahead with that. And then we will follow it up with SH system and SH system, yes, and Vaishali computers. So Vaishali computers after SS Haveri and then SH system after that. This is the ranking order. Okay. I'm not able to hear you, but.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah.
I'm Sahana Osmani from SST Haveri.
Which case study is this?
Case study 1, sir.
Okay.
So we have selected the case study 1 on that extended reality in construction industry.
Okay.
My teammates are Borudre Gowda, Pooja, Ranjana, and me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Extended reality. The term extended reality is the combination of human and computer generated graphic interaction, which is in reality as well as the virtual environment. Basic term of extended reality is the superset of augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. These are used to design. These are used to define the extending or transforming or reality of technologies by using technologies to create a immersive environment. So to understand the technologies of extended reality, first we need to know about the augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality.
Right.
So here is the picture of a combination of AR, VR, and MR. First, augmented reality. The concept of augmented reality is the real-time information in the form of text, audio, virtual object like mirror, and imagination we are putting up into the real world. And it's going to create a sense of illusion in the digital gadget, like movies like, for example, movies like Iron Man and mobile games like Pokemon 2. So, and also we have used in our daily life, like in social media filters like Snapchat and Instagram, etc. It's going to create a sense of illusion of being there. Then next concept is about virtual reality. Here user can interact only with the virtual world. This while allows us to immerse in the video game, like if we were one of the character in that video game. So, and this device was designed to give more real illusion to the users. And mixed reality. So this is the combination of AR and VR. Where the user can interact with digitally as well as real world simultaneously. So compared to the virtual reality, this is the more powerful and this is most costly. And this is the best for example, for mixed reality, like Snapchats on filters on Snapchats and HoloLens is the best example for reality. This is all about the combinations of extended reality. So the next part will be continued by Ranjana.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ranjana.
Yeah.
I here to explain the major challenges in construction industry. So first one is the shortage of men and materials, as most of the labors are day to day Labors, hence availability of those labors is not guaranteed. Second one is working safety to ensure the safety of site workers. Next one is technology adoptions. By adopting technology like software such as Beam and Revit, we can create 3D visualizations and reduce the work. The next, poor project management. It mainly depends upon the team management, how they are planned to execute. And next one is risk assessment during the design data stages. If any risk is made on site, the team management have ability to analyze it and finding the solution for particular risk. The last one is identification of layout conflicts. By conducting some standard tests on site, all the conflicts are to analyze this to be risk-free. So next, move on to successful measures of extended in construction industries. The first one is virtual reality in construction. The virtual reality in construction, it is in general terms, virtual reality is a custom simulated environment filled with 3D models. So one can simulate almost everything from one entire building to check the calculation to a new construction process to help the colleges implement it faster. Some successive measures measurements in measures in VR simplify the client experience. Next one, second one is it reduces the cost of making physical drawing. Third one, it makes for more intuitive feedback system that allows the client to express their desire and read the real-time collaborations and complete the transparency and extra.
Right.
I here to the next part is continued by Pooja. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Pooja Chikmat.
Yep.
I'm here explained about augmented reality in construction. These technologies provide a user with a different degrees of interaction between the virtual and real world. Augmented reality in construction is a simplifies the design referencing process. Augmented reality can be used in everything from project planning to communications. Then AR can layer contains details and elements onto a building plan, so stockholders can get a better understanding of the project. Sir, next it simplifies the design referencing process. Then it saves times and provides relevant information where required. It saves the times and the use of these technologies results in efficient designs and time management as specification use better understood and there is a better coordination, sir. Then project managers are constantly faced with time and cost overrun issues, especially in medium and large projects. Then third one, quick 3D modeling. Augmented reality can also be used to showcase 3D models and even provides tools giving clients a solid idea of what a building would look like before it's built. Sir. Next one, mixed reality in construction. Mixed reality in construction is another extended reality technology which allows a user to interact with both the physical and digital environment. As a result, a user can interact with the 3D objects which are superimposed within the physical world. Then the most forward-thinking players are taking things to the next level by implementing mixed realities. In many ways, the future of AR in construction is already here. But next level by implementing mixed reality is there. The combines the best of augmented reality and virtual reality worlds, so we can see and interact with the digital elements without getting lost in a completely virtual environment, sir. First one is it is excellent for site supervision and it also allow for easy identification of areas of concerns. On site, is there any issues or any problems, we can easily identify that problem and easily getting a solution for that particular problem, sir. Then third one, lowering the labor's cost and reduces the work. The multiple teams are involved in construction projects, and the coordination between these teams is essential for projects to be completed and on time or within the given budget, sir. Next one, continue by our team, Vinayak.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, audible. Tell me.
Yeah, sir. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Borudregoda. Yeah, sir. Next, coming to the how extended reality works in the construction industry, the technologies that virtually transport the computer or generated objects into the real physical environment by means of specific applications. Specific applications like a software, like a BIM, such as a BIM, Revit, AutoCAD, like that. The widgets and other and smart devices. The virtual reality is the new technology used with the BIM information modeling and other softwares to enhance that opportunity in 3D modeling. That BIM's files are optimized for a game, engines, utility, AutoCAD, in Unreal, etc., to develop a virtual environment for the building. Actually, coming to the BIM data interviews with a built environment, and this technology has been adopted by the designers, engineers, and builders, opening up for the reaching opportunities for the construction industry. For in the picture, you can see, sir, the visualization of 3D modeling, and that is for the learning of reinforcement, how the reinforcement has to be laid, and the dead loads, seismic loads, earthquake loads, how they are going to analyze the loads and give accurate and precision results of design calculation. And virtual reality is basically works on the scanning the building plan, collection of data, development of 3D modeling, and final optimization and delivery. Sir, actually, I have one video clip for this working reality, sir.
Okay.
Can I play it, sir?
Yes, please. Yeah. But before sharing, ensure that
sir,
you follow the same process.
This is the mixed reality, sir, which is used for the measurement of distance, depths, and main things. It's about values, sir.
Yes.
Tonight, construction sites going digital and potentially saving taxpayers a whole lot of money. ABC 15's Sonu Wasu taking us inside a brand new school in one of the fastest growing communities in the East Valley, showing us how virtual reality is bringing this project to life.
Construction environment.
Grandstand bleacher.
Cole Woodward, a project manager for Core Construction, has given a lot of tours. He loves showing off his latest project. The brand new Eastmark High School being built right on the border. To tell if you just look at these blueprints on paper. Now, apparently, the old-fashioned way, because Woodward says the future lies in these QR codes. You'll find them scattered all over this hard hat zone.
We have 14 of these set up all over.
Tonight, construction sites going digital and potentially saving taxpayers a whole lot of money.
Sir, actually, there is a one scanner. You can observe that with the help of smartphone, we can scan that scanner, and we can enter the real construction environment in the site. We can supervise the structures which is to be laid, which is correct or which is incorrect. We can totally supervise the structures how we want. And we have another clip or augmented reality, sir. Sir, this is.
Yeah.
Sir, sir, with the help of smartphone, we can scan the sheet, the plan sheet. We can scan it and we can analyze the 3D drawings, sir.
Yeah.
So here it is, sir. You can see this picture. This is how this augmented reality works in construction industry.
Yeah. Okay.
Next, coming to the next slide. Even though we have more advantages in the extended reality, we also have some disadvantages. Like I would like to say that more challenges of extended reality in construction industry. First one is safe operation. For a safe operation, we need a skilled laborers are required to operate these safe operations. Many of the new technologies are adopted in this operation, so that we need some more skilled laborers to operate it, sir. Next one, placing models accurately in the real world. Sometimes the available data is not existed in the site conditions. He had skills to match it, which means which who is operating or which who is supervising the drawings. He should have a ability to and he should have a much more skills to match it with if any risk have find in that site, construction site. He should have a ability to match with the virtual drawings and construction sites. And coming to the next point, it's uneconomical, sir. By having we should have a more skilled laborers to operate work with these technologies, and mainly these technologies are paid technologies. That's why it might be uneconomical, sir. This is all about, sir, extended reality. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, shall I share my feedback?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Is Afreen there? If you can also come. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So Afreen, again, very similar to the last team that presented. Great work in terms of teamwork, right? Everybody got a chance to present. I think the research was very accurate, and the examples, the visuals, the interactions. Like, here in the last presentation there was a video shown. Here the team actually went in and showed in terms of what's happening in the construction industry, scanning code or taking up the clippings from I think it was a US example, which is absolutely fine, nothing wrong with it. So I think this is also feedback for the rest of the team who is present here. When you are presenting, you bring in these interactive elements in the presentation, automatically the engagement and the interest goes up, right? That's the excellent way of presenting, is what I would say, right? So again, great job done. The other feedback is for this particular assignment at the project, I think there were a couple of things that were missing, which was how would you measure success? I think again pretty similar feedback to what I had for the first presentation. And secondly, again, the team members should be confident enough in not looking at the slides and reading through them, but they should be confident about the subject and then kind of articulating in their own way, right? Then I think the presentations will go to the next level. But definitely in terms of research, in terms of the visuals, in terms of the sequence, in terms of what you would want to show, I think this team and the previous team from your institute has been doing very well. So I think we just need to take it to the next level, is what I would say.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I think the next team in line is Vaishali Computers. Yeah. And while you set it up, I'll be just back in a minute. Set it up, I'll be back in a minute.
Sure, sir.
Okay, I am back. If you're ready, you can present.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. I'm Avijit here from Vaishali Compress.
Yep.
So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I'm able to see your screen. I'm just wondering, when you mentioned guided by Soumyajit Dey, did I guide you, or was there some other L2s who guided you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So let me start. So we are now starting with the virtual event in the education industry. So there's a case study too. So when we say about virtual event in the education industry, so the events that we plan, that is from the pandemic, that made impossible for the students to go school, colleges, and everything.
Yeah.
So instead of reimagining methods of teaching, engaging, motivational, and everything, now it is completely the educated and uninteresting. Initially, most have come to realize that certain way, like virtual events and the platform can create more supportive, where the people can come organize more through the virtual event. That is the one what we see, like the events or the classes, whatever it's going on to the online. The one that we are going through now is also one of the things that we are going through the online. So by virtual the medium, the educators invite the guest lecturers. How we make the virtual event more effective is like by getting in guest lectures from all over the world, and we can connect at one and make all the people or the students and whoever they are getting the educate can have a one single platform and have a different type of knowledge and everything one platform, and the social interaction and the sessions to drive and break out the rooms, then with virtual, it makes more effective nowadays with education. So the various interaction topics include some activities with the students to keep interaction, make them understand topic unique way. That is the one way we have with the virtual, where we can go up example like play videos or give some examples with virtual things, which make the students to know more easily instead of having with the offline. So the virtual events and the platform education in the institutions make unique way where power better the learning and engage more students at one platform. So nowadays the can hold a variety of virtual events from the University of Lectures for two job fairs. Like for example, when we go with the offline, or like let us take an university or a college, some there will be a limited lectures or the guidance what we have within the one surrounding. Instead of when we come to the virtual event or whatever the thing we say, then there we have a huge number of the people or the guidance we get all over the complete there where they can express complete knowledge to all of them and have more effective. Let us take an example like the one event that experience offered with the University of Stirling, where prospective students watched presentation about the student funding, accommodation, and applications. And they were able to chat with the current students and lecturers and the directors, where they can explain their experience and what exactly they get effective education when they join the institutions and everything. So what exactly they get? These are the virtual rooms. There even also virtual tools that showcase the campus and university facilities, where the students and the people can have more effective and grab to get joined to that. That is the one example where I can give with the Sterling of University, where they have attracted and made up the offline educational to the virtual. So this is the one, like when we go on plan with a virtual event, this is the one what we go on analyze, like first plan, promote whatever we are trying to do, and then next engage the complete whatever they are going to execute, and then analyze, go on with the execution and the end. So this is the one event and the meeting that we need to go on have a plan on that. And when we come with the agenda of virtual event, so first we need to think still. So where when we go on think with the digital, then all comes with effective plan. Instead of offline, we go on with the virtual. So similar planning, in-person conference. So here the hoping to get from this virtual event, how this can easily be achieved with the help of digital touch. We need to mix up the agenda completely to the contact format, break out through the rooms in order to encourage collaboration of the interaction between the students and the lecturers or the guest lecturers, whatever. And another idea that consider is some presentation to a wider audience. The tool will allow to share live feed social media channels, include YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. These are the some social medias which attract the people or the students to get more knowledge about. And when we go on, when we plan for a virtual conference, the key start to end in the mind is like to design a meeting experience first. We need to plan in a person with the events and everything. The important identify your goals, objectives, what exactly the objectives you are trying to do in the virtual, what the advantage they are going to get. This is the one agenda they need to keep in the mind and go on have an event on that. And if instead of build brand recognition, you need to schedule abundant time to keynote speakers, like the question and answers and everything, and whatever the response they get, and whatever the breakout sessions, virtual network events, then like activity should be morely focused. On the other hand, you are even looking for the feedback. We need to get the feedback from the students or the particular the people, and go on improvise to get more improvise on the virtual events and everything. So consider the science sections like a very critical point, keeping in mind many of our attendees leaves like their overall routines have changed more from the COVID-19. Like people don't sit at one place having a simple one complete sessions or whatever it is. So the people have changed to have a multiple timings and multiple session works or whatever the multiple presentation they want. So in that cases, to attract the people, and in that cases we just go on have a frequent breakouts like giving them chance to speak out more and having ideas from them and giving a particular breaks in the particular timing and let them to speak more so that it is more conversation and have more effective on the virtual instead of hosting a typical virtual conference that will continue 3 consecutive 8 hours a day, extending a virtual conference 5 days, even 9 days, where you engage attendees for few hours basis. Later on, the attendees, whoever the students or visit anything they missed over the following month. So scheduling regular breaks, like these are the one steps that may attract and even giving the more points to them, and having points from them makes people attract with the educational being to a virtual teams. So you can offer entertainment breaks right within the event platform, mindful sessions, not non-work activities like yoga breaks will be give attendees a sense of action simply without bringing out help to the wind and take it more. Like, and one more I would say, like the between the sessions will allow your attendees to check with their other participant who may also be sharing the same conference space, and they may exchange the exact mindset and complete knowledge. They may exchange and have a boost of getting more knowledge on that.
Okay.
So the mechanism of the virtual event, that would I say, like a virtual conference, combination of pre-recorded sessions along with the live features. All these styles come with their pros and cons. Of course, they have their own advantage and disadvantage. For example, live lessons allow you to interact with the speakers. Of course, when we are offline, we are able to interact with the persons. But when you are virtual, we have both. Like we can go on, have examples more, we can showcase more, and even have an interaction completely more with the particular lecturer or the whoever that is going to present. So sessions will attend like to view sessions whenever it's convenient from them, but like lack on engagement opportunities. So the conclusion I would say, like the audience are now considered more value conscious after years of adapting more virtual way, working in the terms of attendance or at the events. So therefore, a greater need to plan and execute virtual conference agenda is to keep the best possible engagement or result is most. And now next, my teammate Madhu will continue from here.
Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Madhu Bian. I'm here to represent the next case study, which is the solving of problems through content marketing. So we have chosen the educational industry for this case study. So the problems which we have detected in this industry, the first and prime problem is lack of funds. The lack of sufficient funds is the main problem which we are now facing in the educational industry.
Sorry, just 1 minute. I think this is the other case study which you're presenting, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I didn't give a feedback on the previous one.
Okay, sir.
So I think first I will give a feedback on the previous one, and then we will let other teams present, and only if we have time we present today, or else like you present sometimes later, right?
Sure, sir. Okay.
Yeah. So moving to the previous presentation, in terms of the case study, that is the virtual events, right? Who was speaking again?
Abhijit, sir.
Abhijit, yes, right. Yeah, so I think Abhijit, overall, I think the research was done well. You really understood in terms of looking into what constitutes an event, what are the different parameters in an event, what are the different components of an event, and how the virtual events are going to be different from the regular physical events, etc. So you also brought in very good examples of like, how the scheduling should be done, or the pros and cons of live versus like, pre-recorded, etc. All those things are there, right? But I think your presentation was all about texts and theory. You need to give practical applications in terms of the visuals, in terms of like, making the users understand that if you want to talk about how you would bring in a virtual event, all that you are talking, all that you said, it was just overall theory and text and research which you kind of walk through, right? You need to showcase that in a flowchart or in a visual, or like, taking the relevant virtual events, like, screenshots from how things are, and then marking an arrow and saying, what, this is where probably the experience of the user is going to be. The user is going to come in here, user is going to see something over here, user is going to log in here, user may attend the speaker session. So you have to bring in that experience that was missing in the presentation, right? The purpose of, yeah, the purpose of this particular topic is to, for all of us and who all the teams who are presenting, to bring in that experience, right? Now, having said that, the research which you did and the points you mentioned are very, very relevant, right? So good job done there.
Yes, sir.
But the same thing, you bring it in an experience and step by step, right? Then you talk about how would you market that event, and then how would you measure success. Those were missing.
Sure, sir. I will keep it in mind.
Yeah, keep them in mind. I would request you rework on this project again, right? Maybe
Sure.
sometimes later this month when we have a class, you can kind of make sure that you are able to talk about the enhanced like presentations, whatever feedback we are sharing right now based on that.
Absolutely, sir. I will go through it.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and let's have SH Computer Raichur present first. And if we have the time, then we can, and other teams are this thing, then we'll go get into like, Vaishali Computers, the other group and others, right? So, yeah, I think Madhu, you are presenting it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so just hold on. I think let's give the other teams a chance, and then either today or in the next classes, you will get your chance to kind of present, depending on time, right? Yeah.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, SH Raichur.
Yes, sir, we are ready.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, we are trying.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, myself, Muskan from SS System Raichur, sir.
Okay.
Sir, today I am giving the presentation on virtual reality in fitness industry, sir. We take the use case 2, sir. We are hosting a virtual event, sir.
Okay.
Okay, next slide. Sir, virtual reality. First, we focus on virtual reality. Virtual reality simulated experience that can be similar to or completely different from a real world. We discussed about the virtual reality. Now I'm going to discuss about the virtual event. Virtual event is an online event that involves the people interacting in a virtual environment on the web rather than the meeting in a physical location. It enables a group of people to communicate, share the ideas, and enjoy the shared experience. For example, virtual events are virtual seminars, webinar, virtual conference. These are some examples of virtual events. And the next is what is virtual fitness? Virtual fitness is the fusion of technology.
Yeah.
Before going to the virtual fitness, sir, as we know, health is wealth is rightly said. Good health is an essential aspect of human life, and fitness is the cornerstone of a good health. Best way of the good life is by maintaining a good health and fitness. Fitness help to improve our brain health, helps to manage our weight, helps to reduce the risk of diseases, and improve your ability to do the every activities. But nowadays, due to the busy schedules, finding time to work out can be challenging task. Between the work and the family responsibilities, daily trip to the gym or the workout session is little bit difficult, sir. But the workouts are an amazing resource for anyone who wants to prioritize their health from anywhere at any time. They not only help you to maintain the physical fitness, but also help you in mental fitness as well.
Right.
Okay, next slide. Here we are hosting, currently we are hosting a webinar, sir, on virtual fitness webinar. Learn to do the exercise with the hashtag of Stay Fit. Next slide. Here a simple invitation for gathering the people, sir. Like you are invited to join the free webinar session on virtual fitness by the experts Soumyajit sir and Muskan A. And the registration is free. You can register on www.kionis.com or you mail for registration, sir. It is a free. Next. Next is the agenda of our virtual session, sir.
Yep.
What exactly the virtual fitness? What are the apps and the benefits of the virtual fitness market, and then the question answer session.
Okay.
Next. So here the virtual fitness involves the use of technology to combine the workouts and the virtual reality. It allows the fitness-free exercise at any time of the day. Virtual reality fitness, VR fitness is the new age way to get a fit at home. Next. What is the role of virtual reality in the VR fitness is virtual reality exercise improve the mental benefits of a physical activity and increase the likelihood to long-term workout persistence. With the help of virtual reality, the people get motivated and attracted towards the fitness. A key benefit of VR workout is consistency and tracking. Here we also track what exactly we are doing with the help of enjoying the session. VR offers the opportunity to intensify the repetitive task and increase the visual and auditory feedback. Here some apps and games with the help of virtual reality that help in fitness. The first one is FitXR. FitXR is a hit fitness app. It provides an incredible workout and extremely unique fitness experience. It's just like a boxing.
Right.
Next is VZ Fit. It is the best VR fitness game for indoor bike. From inside the home, we gain an experience of VR riding, and it is fit. It is fun fitness at home. It uses the virtual reality to turn playing, exploring, and having fun into the way to get fit.
Right.
It explore any corner of the world in VR, travel anywhere, and forget you are working out at all. Next is the Beat Saber and HoloFit. HoloFit is a fitness that brings connectivity and computation to your bicycle and rowing machines. With the help, it give an experience of cycling with the help of indoor cycling. It helps in indoor cycling. I shown you a video where you get exactly what these games are.
Okay.
Next. Nowadays, global virtual. Next slide is about global virtual fitness market analysis. How this fitness, virtual fitness has an impact on markets. The first point here is the global virtual fitness market is expected to grow from $11.39 billion in 2021 to $16.15 billion in 2022. In 1 year only, there is a huge increase in the growth, sir. And next, the global online fitness market size was valued at $6.046 million in 2019, and project reach to $59,231 million by 2027. As you've seen in the slides, sir. Next slide. Here are some benefits of virtual fitness. The first point here is you can find a workout class that matches to your fitness level and motivate you from home. Next is convenience and the flexibility.
Okay.
Convenience and the flexibility, it in a busy schedule sometimes doesn't allow to go to the gym. At that time, virtual workout becomes super convenient. The flexibility. Next. With the work. Next, the third one is the proper attention. It is one of the important point here, sir. With the help of virtual fitness, we are giving a proper attention towards what we are exactly doing, and with the proper attention, we are able to reach our aim. To, for example, if you are doing exercise for losing the weight or for some other cardio, we are properly attention towards it. Next, comfort and confidence. If you are comfortable, then only we give our best. If someone who doesn't feel comfortable working out in front of other people, these virtual workouts are ideal solution for them. They give you a sense of security as you are working, as you are at your own place.
Okay.
Next. Next is how we measure the success. Once we are done with the event, how we measure our success. First, we number of registrations. The number of registration help in understanding the audience preference. It also helps us to figure out which event theme attracted more people and how effective our marketing strategies were. And next one is engagement of attendance. Having a high attendance engagement help to measure the performance of success of our event. Next is website visit. It is also one of the important points while we're measuring the success of our event. Next is question and the live poll. Questions and the live polls helps in engaging the audience. More number of question and answer from audience help in understanding the event success, and they're also interested in that event. Next is chat engagement. Tracking the chat helps to measure the activity and engagement level between the audience. If lot of activity in chat, then people are conversing more about the event. Next is response to the speaker. During the event, sir, if more number of responses are come, then the speaker also get motivated from inside that the event is going successful, and many of the people are showing their interest towards the event. And next is virtual event conversation rate. Based on rate, we can also measure the success.
Okay.
Second. I'm playing one video, sir.
Okay.
This is Altaf, L2 trainer. Sorry to interrupt. Muskan, you have to click on the enable editing
from the top, and then you try to place it.
Strike it pose, smash that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Just continue with the presentation and this thing. Just share your slides again. I want to look into few of the slides before you played the video. Yeah, if you can go up, like, you know, all the slides where you were talking about. Okay, so just go to slide number 2. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, webinar. Okay, hold on here. Hold on. So your virtual event was about promoting the virtual fitness. That was the topic, right?
Sir.
Okay. Now go to the next one. Here you are mentioning how the webinar date and the example of how somebody will click on and they will enter, right?
Yes.
That's fine. Now go to the next one. This is the agenda, etc., which is fine. Go to the next one. Yeah, from this slide onwards to the slide before measure of success, right? All the next few slides and whatever examples you took. So my question is, in the webinar, the plan was to talk about these slides or this content, or what was these slides about? Like, you know, or was it in general to talk about, like, you know, what is virtual fitness? Like, you know, how can we do, you know, education? What was the purpose?
Yes, sir. In webinar, we will discuss about the above slides, sir, about what is virtual fitness, how they can get benefit from it.
Okay, so this was basically the content strategy for your webinar. All the next few slides.
Yes, sir. From onwards, all this for webinars.
Oh, webinar. Okay, fine, fair enough. And are you saying that a webinar is actually a virtual event? Or webinar is just a webinar?
Yes, sir.
No. So which one is the yes? Is webinar a webinar or webinar a virtual event?
Sir, webinar on virtual events.
Okay, so webinar and virtual events are not the same thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, webinar is nothing but a virtual meeting. It is just a meeting, right?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
take up with the event that is about exercising. We'll just do that, sir. After informing about everything.
Yes, but it is still not an event.
Exercise session also.
Exercise session is also not an event. Exercise session is the content. That's why I asked that question before, that, like, you know, whatever you're showing from those slides to these slides and these examples, these are your content and your education. I mean, in the webinar, when you talk about it, this is the content you're going to talk to the audience about, right? But a webinar is not a virtual event. Webinar is just a webinar, which is a meeting, or it's a virtual meeting, right? Because in webinar, your interaction is one-sided. There is one person who speaks and who speaks all these things, just like, you know, what Muskan did, like, you know, when I was listening to it or the others were listening to it, right? That's a webinar, and which is fine. The examples which you have shown is absolutely correct. The concept of webinar, which you initially called out, that is also correct. Nothing wrong with it. You said, like, you know, how somebody would register to the webinar. Everything is correct, right? So nothing in the presentation is something which you said is not correct. It is all good, right? But my question is, like, you know, since the project was about a virtual event. So webinar is just one component of a virtual event. The virtual event is much more larger. Like the previous team, which from Vaishali Computers, Abhijit, who explained about a virtual event, he went through all the different stages of what an event will come, or what an event will have. The speaker sessions is the webinar part of it. So if you think of this larger as a virtual event, webinar is just one component of it where you have the speaker sessions. Through a webinar, that is what you do. Virtual event is basically like, think of, you're attending a physical event. When you first do a physical event, you walk into a room. I'm sorry, you walk into a venue. A venue first will give you registrations, then you walk in, then you have 5 different rooms, and each different rooms will have different activities to be done. There is a breakout session, there is an interaction session, there is a fun element. So all this together becomes a virtual event where only the speaker session which you attend becomes a part of the webinar, right? So you have talked about that part, but not the larger virtual event. Okay, so that is something which I wanted to call out. Otherwise, whatever you have mentioned here is very good, very well, thoroughly research done. And if you are only talking about a webinar, what do you want to talk? What examples would you want to give? These are very great examples. And in the end, of course, you are actually playing the video, which is also making it interactive. So fantastic, right? Also, I want to tell you that, the measure of success has been very well captured, very, very well captured. This is also a feedback for the other teams who are listening to this, right? This is how you typically do a measure of success capturing, calling out each one of the elements very clearly, that registration, attendee, online engagement, all these different components are your measure of success, right? So very well called out, correct. So my feedback would be maybe you can work on this a little bit more, integrate this webinar into the larger virtual environment and the virtual events scenario. And maybe sometimes later in the classes, you can present saying that okay, this is the larger, bigger virtual event environment. This is the experience. This is how you would feel the experience as a user. And by the way, this webinar is plugged in as one of the components, and hence this is how we are going to the speaker sessions, etc. Right? Then it becomes a full case study. That's the feedback.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. But very well presented. Thank you so much. And I think Kavita Computers is ready. So we'll go ahead with Kavita Computers.
From SS system, another presentation is ready, sir.
We'll first go with Kavita Computers. If time permits, we'll see today or next classes.
Okay, sir.
I can't see the screen share because SS system has to log out of it. Yeah, I can see it now.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Pooja Patil from Kavita Computers.
Yeah.
So today we are discussing about extended reality in automotive, and this is a case study 1, sir.
Yeah, and just one thing, who is the L2 in Kavita Computers?
Sir, Abhilash here.
Okay, Abhilash. Thank you. Thank you.
So
okay.
Here,
all right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So the term XR has been around for decades. XR stands for extended reality, and an umbrella term that covers virtual reality and augmented reality and mixed reality. So it rolls together similar like all three, that is virtual reality, AR and MR. So for decades, automotive companies have been experimenting with the technology and the tools designed to make the development of a next level vehicles as efficient as possible.
Yep.
The extended reality may be the next milestones in innovation, sir, and capable of transforming everything from vehicle maintenance to manufacturing and assembly training. So XR in the automotive industry could be changed the way vehicles are built forever. And next. So here application segmentation. So following are the applications of XR in automotive industry. So the first thing is the major percentage is about around designing and prototyping, where XR is used for creating the new vehicles prototypes. It comes to training, where technicians, user, pilots, and service personnel are trained about new technology by using the XR. Then comes to research and development, where terms could be collaborate easily for designing the new products. Then virtual showrooms use XR for showcasing the vehicles for potential customers. Then next slide will continue my teammate Neha sir.
Good evening, sir. Myself Neha. Now we'll be talking about certain problems from the automotive industry that could be solved using XR. During design and prototype, R&D investments are very high, but the adaptation and the prototype is not guaranteed. Design complexity is no longer an obstacles from design workflows. Any level of engineers can be reasonably be accepted to work on the level of complex electronics design. But now, does a team of engineer responsible for everything from layout, simulation, and data management keep all the pieces in check and the project moving forward? Training staff and maintenance are the new technology. A vehicle is always cost expensive. The complexity of a vehicle is high. Performing a training needs analysis, identifying and measuring the business goals and metric training is intended to influence completing a task analyzing, creating the learning objectives, performing a learner analysis. Team collaboration to challenge when the team are scattered across the globe from different time zones, like the people from different countries with their different times. Next, we'll explore one of the solution through XR, that is virtual prototyping. In automotive industry, the most extensive use cases for the extended reality prototyping, immersive technology also compiles to solve a significant time and money development. Traditionally, designing creative prototypes required use of expensive materials and tools. In virtual world, employees can work with digital twins to create prototype using digital technology without negative affecting the planet or spending the fortune. Companies like Ford having developed virtual laboratories where their designers and engineers can collaborate on car designs regardless of where they are in the world. VR solution ensure companies can iterate and discover new ideas more rapidly in today's fast-moving landscape. If sometimes need to change on a virtual prototype, all employees need to do is interact with the content in their VR landscape. There is no need to start building a design from scratch all over again. Now I will hand over it my teammate Jyoti.
Good afternoon. Myself Jyoti. By using XR, we have some opportunity in level training. By using XR in a company, they developed some new vehicles like such as pilot cars and vehicles. So they have to train up the they have to train up the trainee because those are new. they have a lot of expensive tools. So by preventing those loss, they can train those trainers, and they can train. And okay, sorry, they guide them for using the XR for each tools, how to operate very correctly. By using this, we can prevent some accidents, because without the training, we can't give them to uh, drive those, such as pilot. They can't give without training in a aircraft, because aircraft is so expensive. For then in a sales, for in company, they are selling some vehicles. So that time they selling some vehicles in the showrooms. They provide they provide this technology for saving the time and also cost by customers. By guiding them in a virtual, they can learn very properly. Moving to next slide.
Okay.
By using this virtual reality, they improved the maintenance of vehicles. After some days, they required some mileage. They can have problems in working condition in vehicles. So those are preventing with guiding them using the AR glasses. It can tell the each and every work very visually. They can understand visually without understanding the languages also. They can understand these by sitting in a live also. By sitting in a live without online, they can learn very properly. And by using Porsche company, they used this technology, this virtual reality to build sports vehicles. So they can reduce the resolution about 40% by these. And these AR glasses have AR glasses. Each tools we can learn very well, and how to operate in the customer. They can know the each work in by sitting in their home. How they can make the solution itself by learning with virtual. So next I'm hand over to Reshma. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. This is Reshma. I'm discussing about the immense showroom and customer's experience, where we were discussing about some problem like customer may face a problem like when they were searching about some certain models. If there is certain new models were available, if certain models if some of the new models of cars were available in the showroom, then customers rush to experience that, and there they may face a problem like they may not find a color which they were wanted, and sometimes they even want to experience it over there, and they need to wait for the test drive and all. So we can we can come out of this problem with the help of virtual reality, that is like
second. Where customer can use augmented reality application to visualize the vehicles from their homes, and they can even have the exterior and the interior of the vehicle using virtual reality headsets. They can also get an immersive experience and visualize the vehicle at a different conditions like daytime and nighttime. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. That is augmented windshields. That is as the technology advances, people rely on the multiple sensors and visual aids while driving. Okay. Many modern cars display the critical information on the windshield so that driver is not distracted, and information such as vehicle speed, directions, and obstacles or speed limits will be projected on the windshield. So this could help for the drivers from the distractions. Moving on to the next slide, where we'll be having video. Moving on to next previous. Where we're having a demonstration on AR in cars. Can I play this video, sir?
Yep. Sound is not coming in.
Sound is not there, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Further slide will be explained by Raj.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, good evening, sir. Thank you, Reshma. Good evening, sir. My name is Rajshekar from Kavita Computers. Till now, whatever my teammates had explained regarding how the problems are occurred, how we are going to give the solution, and now I am going to explain about the market value. Sir, we already gone through the experience, very good and very bad experience also in the situation of COVID. I can also say now when we come to the virtual platform, so many people, I may say it may be education industry, it may be automotive industry, or I can say it may be any hospitalized industry. All the thing has got changed. There is a huge and lots of difference between the real and the virtual things. In the COVID situation, the virtual platform had given very improved technologies and extended level, next level of technology we had utilized in a standard way, and we had already used it in 100%. When we when I come to the average growth report, the common average growth report, I can say in the year of 20 to 27, it is somewhere 45.1% of development. There is a difference. So before the pandemic, the market value for VR in the automotive industry was only $759.3 million. Now the industry is set to reach a value of 14.7 billion by 2027. We can observe here somewhere in the value between 2019 and 2030, the projected by 2020, we can see the huge difference amount between the 2019 and 2027 years. And can the slide, I request to please go to the next slide. Okay, so now we are also going to the market side trends, how these things are working. So for this VR solution and VR technology, we need a virtual environment for manufacturers and dealers, when the manufacturers can identify which are the solutions given by the technicians in a virtual, where they can we can go in depth in core of the issues, whatever the problems occurred. They can give a good assessment report for that, which gives a very analytical report. And after that, which it gives a providing effective learning lessons for new employees. As we all know that each and every employee cannot be salaried with a huge amount. But here, when we hire a new employee, he can be given with a small amount, but he can be trained in a well way, so that he can give the give his best by preparing with his well knowledge. When after that, we will go with the ability to offer car assessment features, as we already came with the video footage where it is giving so many of different new features he had been given. But there are so many analytical issues will be there while performing, because the real fact environment is different, the virtual fact environment is different. There can be a failure of prototype also. We cannot investment a huge amount in prototype, but making a clear demo of a prototype, we can go with the assessment also. Then after that, we are having elevation of buying experience and customer engagement. As we already know that nowadays we are having a 3D experience, well defined dimensions, and virtual image reflections. These all things made immersive of the image, immersive of the data or a product, or a showroom immersion of a vehicle, where it gives the clear and very crystalline clear image, information of the product or a vehicle, and helps in creating prolific information of customers. So now what actually this means, customers now they can't go, we can't provide a customer who is not well driven, or he is well equipped, or he is not with who the driver may be not well qualified for training or to drive a vehicle. But in a virtual mode, what we can do is we can make the customer feel like they are realistically they are driving the vehicle. And after that, usage for marketing and sales, when we come to that, using this virtual method, what we can do is we can train the employees and technicians, and technicians, where they can be upskilled, and which can be taken for a long duration. I request for my teammates to go to the next slide. So now we've come to the marketing and revenue. So as we already discussed, so many team members already they had discussed, interview and conducted with, sir, we need to worry about the key stakeholders, purchase managers, freelancers, general writers, paid consultants, experts, all our end users in this, not only even single manager, or not only even a single stakeholder, but it is helpful for all the investors, freelancers, where they can voluntarily they can come and they can use of all these technologies, and they can develop the things. Key stakeholders such as C-level executives, marketing managers, product managers, sales managers, etc., operating in the market from each category, such as manufacturers, raw material suppliers, third-party distributors, etc. These people, what they can come is, they can come into the front of the industry, they can realize the customers, they can give a real experience to the customers, where they can get experience in a virtual manner. But here, with the help of this, what we can have is, we can somewhere in virtual, we can't make our we can't play with the lives of the customer. But in a real fact environment, what happens, there can be a issue with, there can be a drawback when we are going with a real-time demonstration or a presentation. But in a virtual mode, it is somewhere, it is less chances are there, sir. And key opinion leaders in various relevant associations is, where there are so many of opportunities to the freelancers, of new employees, and I say freshers of the in this field, they can be get a good opportunity from this, sir. Can I go to the next slide, please? Okay, so now how we can how we can measure the success of this XR, sir? The success measured through following factors like I say reduction in training time. Now what happens when we come to the real time environment? A trainee needs somewhere 5 to 10 days or 12 days. But here what happens? The reduction time, the training time can be reduced, and the elimination of error, safety of life. As I said, in a virtual experience and the real time experience, in a real time experience, there may be the harm for the customer, where it can be like accidents, it can be like a major I say failure of the vehicle, like it can be affected. But by virtual, what we can do is we can improve by finding the errors in the real time virtual experience. And reduction in troubleshooting, as I said, we can go into the depth of the core and we can give a solution. Like somewhere in the hospital, somewhere my one of centers, they told like we can identify the using XR, we can identify the solution, exact solution for that, sir. And the time on task, in time we can provide the solution for the customers, and we can give the improved accuracy, because we are all using the improved technologies, improved computers and the supercomputers for this project. And reduction in development time, as I told, it is a fully ready project where, where we can give the new experience and new training to the technologies and the new upcoming skills, and turning novices into experts, job satisfaction and upskilling, sir. And that was my explanation regarding this SCAR for marketing, how to generate the revenue, how we can reduce the time, how we can take the full utilization of this project, sir. That was my explanation, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, I think that's a very exhaustive presentation by the group, and again, my feedback is great teamwork. All of you together put together the individual sections and spoke about, and that was very good to see.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Wanted to kind of congratulate all of you. I think the research done was very exhaustive till the end. The momentum was kept from the beginning till the end, starting from defining what an XR is. Use cases were very good, because of course the automotive industry is itself a very good use case, so probably that also helped you to do that research. But then I think those were kind of done pretty well. And of course, talking about the business value, I think this is also feedback for a lot of the other teams as well. How Raj actually talked about the market value, the capturing that market value. What is that opportunity which is existing? Where can we make that impact? So that's a business part of it, things, right? So I think that was pretty good. Yeah. So only thing is again, I will tell you the feedback in terms of the measure of success. I think that is something which most of the teams, they need to work on. And you would have heard feedback from the other presentations as well. I think that is something what I think your team also needs to be kind of working on, in terms of what would you measure, how would you measure, especially if you're doing a marketing, especially if you're doing a promotion, right? So interviews are fine, getting the feedback based on surveys and interviews is fine, but ultimately when you do that, how would you market it? All the automotive companies, they actually market it as well through the XR, right? So then what could be those value addition you will be adding, telling them by doing this XR or bringing in this technology, this is how you would be marketing the automotive, and hence this is the measure of success, right? So that needs to be built in to the whole, right?
Yes,
but otherwise good. I think good teamwork. We can again just improve from here, take this feedback, work on making this presentation even more robust, so that later sometimes we can again discuss some of these components, and also for the other presentations. I think this is basically the approach we should take, right? Yeah, feedback for everybody actually, right? So good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Actually, there is one more L2 also. I actually missed mentioning her name. It's Saujanya.
Yeah. Right. No problem.
Thank you so much, sir.
So thank you, sir.
Okay, cool. All right. I think we are almost on time today. We will probably have 12 minutes to go. So I don't think we should have any more presentations, because this will take time. So we'll park it for the next classes. So what we would do is, teams who have not presented today will get a chance to present first. and then teams who have presented and have something more to present, because everybody has to present 3 case studies, right? I would ask them to also kind of present accordingly in the next few classes. And probably in the last class, when we have this month, all the feedback that you are getting from all these presentations, please work on them, work on making the presentations more improved, and then in the last class, just kind of say, okay, this is the additional stuff we have done, maybe a 5 minutes conversation or something like that. I think that will kind of be helpful for all of us, right? So yeah, so thank you all, and we shall see again in the next class, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Stop. End.